Hello everybody, happy Thursday. I hope that you are doing really well. I am jumping on today to do a Q&A for everybody. I have been getting loads of questions sent to my inbox, people reaching out about lots of different things, whether it's to do with holistic healing, spiritual development and awareness, whether it's to do with kind of mindset stuff, whether it's to, personal healing journeys or shadow work or anything like that. So I thought I would start doing a weekly feature coming on to do Q&As to answer these questions for people, because if one person's asking it, then it's going to be really beneficial to answer that for anybody else. Good morning, Holly. Hello, my lovely. Thank you so much for joining me, Emma. It's so lovely to see you jumping on as well. Thank you so much, ladies. It's so good to have you here. I'm so happy that you two have joined me, because you are two of the people that have always been so generous at asking questions and reaching out for my help. So I know that if you have any questions that you're going to be really good at sticking them in the comment section for me to answer them for you. I've got a new phone, so hopefully there will be none of the glitching that I used to have on my old phone, though touch wood, that might still happen, but who knows. So I'm going to be doing this every Thursday. I'm going to be hopping on to answer your questions. So I've got a cup of coffee in my fancy new cup. I have got a glass of water in my Hogwarts glass, and I'm here to answer any questions. Now, if you have any, fire away in the comment section below. Like I said, anything that you know that I'm all about, anything you know that I've got an awareness of. Thank you, lovely. It's lovely to see you too. I've just popped some makeup on and I realised I'm looking a little bit pale, but hey ho, let's go with it. It doesn't matter. So thank you. I know it is. I had it as a Christmas present from my lovely mum. So I know. So this is going to be my coffee with you guys cup. Oh, thank you, Holly. That's so kind of you to say so. So one question that I received recently. Hang on, I'm just going to take my jumper off because I'm a little bit warm. Bear with me 2 seconds. So one question that I received recently into my inbox, which is one that I get a lot actually, and people always say, oh, this may sound like a really stupid question, and it isn't a stupid question, because it's a question I get all the time. And to be honest, unless you are a medium, or unless you have spent a lot of time in spiritual awareness or on your awakening journey, these are things that you're not going to know the answers to. So the question that I'm going to answer first of all today is, how do distance readings work? Now, a lot of you know that I do tarot readings. I work clairvoyantly with mediumship with my ancestors, angels and spirit guides to do readings, and I do them in person, face to face, and also over distances. Now, the thing is, when people reach out for a reading, when they have this burning desire to have questions answered or to find connection with their ancestors, angels and spirit guides, their loved ones in spirit, to get the support that they need, when they reach out for that reading, that connection is made. And what that means is, when you are in a time of trouble or in strife, or you're looking for answers and you're sending them out to the universe, your ancestors, your angels and spirit guides, they know that you're reaching out for answers. So when you connect with a channel, with a medium, with a card reader or what have you, they are going to connect with that person to help you get the answers that you need. So you don't actually need to be in physical proximity with someone. When I sit down to do a reading for someone, a distance reading, I sit down in the same way that I would if I was sat opposite a person. I sit down, I meditate, I open up my energy centers, my third eye, my crown, and set the intentions that everything that comes through with truth, love and sincerity, and that my spirit team draw close, and the spirit team of the person requesting the reading draws close to bring them any answers, any support, any upliftment, anything that they need to find out for their highest good at this time, to help them with whatever scenario they're in, whatever situation they're going through. So the geographical location doesn't matter. And see, this is where the whole cosmic collective consciousness comes into play, because we are all spiritual beings having a temporary physical experience here on earth. We are all facets of the light, of source, of God, if you want to call it that, the divine mother, whatever you want to describe it as. And like little crystals on a chandelier, we are all facets connected. We are all connected. So through intention and through sending your thoughts and sending that energy, we can connect with one another through the ether. Studies have been done into this. If there are any fans here of David Hamilton, you will have known he's discussed experiments in his books where people have gone from one end of a building to another, and they're told to focus and concentrate on each other. There's one of them is in like a CAT scan machine, and to sum it up, basically parts of the brain light up as if they were actually communicating next to each other when they're just sending thought transfers. I've probably not articulated that very well. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Please let me know. So that's how it's possible. The connection's made. Like, you don't have to be next to each other to be physically affecting each other with your thought processes, with your projections, with your intentions. So by sitting down, by meditating, by tuning in, by drawing cards for somebody, and by thinking about them, I don't need to know them personally. If I've just got like their email address, their name, that intention, as I said, is already set. So if I sit down and focus with the intention of drawing in their people to get the answers that they need, that's how the connection comes in, and that's how the wisdom comes through, as if I was sat there with that person. It doesn't make any difference. The same way, I suppose, spiritual healing, Reiki healing is done over distances. It's the same thing, really. Good. I'm glad I'm making sense. Thank you, Holly. Right, so I think that's that question answered, I hope. If anybody has got that question, that's now answered for you. So right, Emma says, how do we keep positive and keep asking for help out there when doubts creep in and feeling fed up, especially when things constantly go wrong? That's a very good question, Emma. And to be honest, sometimes it's hard, and sometimes we don't have to keep feeling positive. Sometimes it's okay to just feel how you feel, because the lesson is in that. Now we're all born here. We choose to incarnate on this earth with what they call a soul contract. We have lessons to learn. I've read an incredible caption on a post earlier about how before we're born, the souls look down on the earth and scan all the women that are on the earth, and we choose the mother, which is, this is going to be controversial for some people, but we choose the mother that's going to give us the life that we need to fulfill our life's purpose, to learn the lessons that we need to learn for our soul's evolution, to fulfill our soul contract, okay? So we are all here with a specific criteria of lessons we want to learn. Now, if life was easy, breezy, everything handed to us on a plate, we're not going to learn that, okay? Now, often the lessons that we need to learn come from hardships. They come from obstacles that we have to face, and we will face the same challenges over and over again until we see the lesson, until we're able to take the lesson from that. Now, this is not going to help in making you feel more positive, but it's going to help you put things in perspective. If you keep coming up against obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, try and reframe it and look at it in a different way and say, well, what have I got to learn from this challenge? What is this trying to teach me? Now, again, going back to that perspective of us being spiritual beings, having a temporary physical experience with soul contracts to fulfill, with experiences to have here on earth, you can put things in perspective, and maybe the difficult things don't seem so life-consuming. They don't seem so pervasive in our lives that everything else is going to be rocked. We need to see the beauty in life and have gratitude for what we have, and try and take the benefits from each difficult situation. Now, I read a quote a couple of days ago. It was even yesterday, and I wrote it down in my notebook because I loved it and I wanted to do a post about it. And it's it's something to do with like the healer's greatest gifts and greatest treasures are their wounds. So by experiencing difficult times, by having wounds, by having things go wrong for us, we not only become stronger and more resilient by overcoming them, and learn so much about ourselves and realize what's important in the world, that we are able to have that compassion, that empathy for other people to help them through those difficult times. So again, this may not help you stay positive, but it's reframing and putting things in perspective to see things in a different light. Okay, so let me reread the question. How do we keep positive and keep asking for help out there when doubts creep in and feeling fed up, especially when things constantly go wrong? Okay, so if you're talking about things that are outside of your control going wrong all the time, then what you need to do is to shine the light within you and start focusing the energy on yourself. Okay, doubts creeping in is normal, and like I said, it's absolutely okay to be where you are, experiencing what you are experiencing, because there is a reason behind everything. And if it's the same thing coming up and over again, you need to try and pick out what it is. Now, feeling doubts is normal because, you know, we put so much energy, we put so much trust in the universe, and if things keep going wrong, then okay, yeah, we can have doubts, but you need to strengthen your spiritual practice. You need to do the work on yourself. You need to do the things that you can do that are in your control to make yourself feel better. So whether that is self-care, you know, doing some meditation, doing some painting, going out walking in nature, you know, these things will all really give yourself an energy reset. Taking a really cold shower is a really good way of clearing all the negative ions from your body, like hitting the refresh. It's very similar to having like a salt bath or smudging, you know, having like a real long meditation session with crystals to clear that energy, doing the visualizations. It's a really great way of getting rid of that negativity. Now, often, if we are finding it very hard to stay charged up, if we're finding it very hard to stay positive, and we're, you know, experiencing energy being drained, low energy, often that can be because there is damage to our auric field, so energy is escaping. So have a think about perhaps, you know, asking for healing to help you stay positive. You know, from my experience of doing spiritual healing and helping people with these things, when people have come to me and I have kind of sat with their auric field and had a little feel about what's going on, you know, worked clairvoyantly to see what the issues are and how they can help, oftentimes I've seen tears in people's aura. Now, this can be to do with energy being projected from other people. It can be to do with constant negative self-talk. It can be to do with just being around difficult situations, difficult people. Hello, Jackie Lovely. Thank you so much for jumping on. So, you know, you need to either do healing on yourself. If you are a healer, go and have a Reiki session or some spiritual healing, or someone who works with energy fields and auras, and heal those tears and rips in the aura, which will help you keep your positive energy in. Okay, also, you know, don't underestimate the influence of other people's emotions that can affect your own. Don't underestimate the impact of entities drawing close to you, whether they be, you know, deliberately sent or people that are just drawn to your energy. I mean, Emma, for example, you have a very bright light. You are very, very what's the word? You vibrate at a very high vibration. You're very spiritually aware. You know, you have got the higher chakras are activated within you, for want of a better expression, that you have got these faculties that you can use, which often makes you a beacon of light for lost spirits or wandering spirits or even disruptive energies. So they can draw close and influence your thought processes. So sometimes we can have thoughts that are not our own, and we can start acting out of character, and that could be because another energy, another entity, a being that is not physical is drawing close to us and influencing our energy as well, and influencing our thought process. That's one way that spirit influences us, for positive and negative. So don't dismiss those ideas as well. So what I would recommend is doing cleansing, clearing, protecting, doing some work on your own energies, maybe doing some journaling on the problems that keep coming up for you, and journal with the intention of asking your spirit guides and inspirers to give you the reasons. Well, why do these obstacles keep coming up? And tell me how to break this cycle and clear it all, to leave it behind. You know, often when we act out of alignment with our higher self, we come up against obstacles. because, you know, if we get into alignment with our higher self and start living that soul's journey, that soul purpose, you know, the reason we were being born here, the reason I was talking about earlier, when we get into alignment with that and start living from a heart-centered way, from a heart-led, soul-led process of making decisions and in the direction in life, things seem to flow easily. You know, doors start to open for us, our journey starts to accelerate, everything should run smooth. So if you are still facing obstacles, then it shows that you've got healing to do, that you're not living a heart-centered life, and you're thinking with your head and with your heart, and you're not in alignment with your soul purpose, with what you were born to do. So trying to discover that should really help clear these focuses for you. I hope that answers your question, Emma. I'm noticing the last few days people are randomly saying hello to me. It stops there, it says I'm, and then it cuts out. So I don't know if you're still writing that comment. But if people are randomly saying hi to you, they're drawn to your energy, they're attracted to your energy, and that's lovely. People feel warm to you. That's wonderful. Really, really good. Okay, it's been odd the last few days. Random people say hello to me or just smiling at me, and I have ended up helping people, mostly when out shopping, etc., still trying to work out my purpose. Well, that is wonderful, and helping people may be part of your purpose, and people are drawn to you to do that, and just keep at that. I mean, obviously you do want to find out what your soul purpose is. I mean, I obviously do readings that I can help you do that with, but if you want to find out yourself, then there's guided meditations, there's visualizations, there's so many things that you can do to connect with that. But what I would say, even if you don't know, ask to be led by spirit to the next thing that you need to do, with the intention of fulfilling that purpose. Okay. And what I will say, because I have come across people that, you know, they say, oh, but I'm here to help people, and they give and they give and they give to their own detriment. They give energy that they need for themselves, for their own healing, for their own families. So don't sacrifice your well-being to help others. You know, the mission should always be to be served as you serve. So don't be a martyr. And you know, fill up your own cup to be able to help others. I've gone a bit blurry, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, there we go. So I'm glad that's helped. Has anyone else got any questions that I can answer for you today? As I said, if you missed the beginning, I am going to be doing this on a weekly basis. Coming on to answer questions either that people have as they come on, or things that I get sent to my direct messages. Or as always, amazing help and answers. Thank you, Emma. That's very, very kind. That's very, very kind indeed. You know, part of my mission is to help others and share whatever I can with others, and I think for me doing these Q&As is one way of just really helping people in the moment with anything that's going on in their lives at the moment. Now I often get sent a lot of questions about tarot and things like that. Holly, who's online watching now in the States, she sent me loads of questions about tarot reading cards and everything like that, and as well Sorry, I think my connection went then for a minute. So those kind of questions are always welcome. If you do live locally, I am actually next Tuesday morning doing a tea and tarot event, which is kind of like a coffee morning mixed with a workshop to help people develop their oracle card, tarot card, any of those kind of readings as well. So I am going to be doing something like that online, and I am going to be doing weekly or fortnightly videos in my Facebook group, Dawn of the New Age. If you're not already in there, come on over, because it's a fantastic group. I really love it. I'm going to be getting more and more visible in there, doing more and more lives, and really starting to do my teaching now, because that is part of my life purpose, and I'm aligning with that. So I am going to be doing a lot of videos over in that group, Holly. So start firing your questions over so I can start creating videos that you specifically need, because everyone over there is at different levels at the moment. There are some beginners, there's some more advanced, and so I want to be able to help everyone. So send questions in and I can answer for that. Hello Rachel, thank you so much for joining. Okay, well, what specifically are you stuck with at the moment, Rachel? Rachel says, hi, lovely. Can you give me an insight on my path in life, please? I need guidance, please. So what specifically, so I'm not actually doing any mediumship or readings or anything like that today, but I am covering all sorts of other things. So if you have any kind of specific question, but you know, we've discussed already earlier on in this video, if you go back and watch the beginning, about how to connect with your life purpose and really get into alignment with that. I discussed it a couple of minutes ago. But really what you need to do is trust your intuition. Okay, your intuition is your higher self, your soul, leading you to where you need to be and where you need to go. If there's things in life that you are really drawn to, that you really like, that really fulfill you, that really light you up, that is part of your soul purpose. If there's things in life that you sorry, I've gone a bit blurry again. If there's things in life, if you feel that you already know them, that you have some innate knowledge that you don't know where it comes from, that you know all about them already, then that could be like past life stuff coming forward into this life to help guide you in a certain direction. So all these little knowings, all these little intuitive pushes that you get, trust them, because that's your soul trying to lead you to your life purpose. As I said already, if you feel that you, oh sorry, I'm getting messages coming through, I forgot to put my phone on silent, 2 seconds. So if you feel that you're facing a lot of struggles, that you're coming up against obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, perhaps it's time to pause and reflect and wait, because sometimes waiting is just as important as the movement forward. In order for things to align in the right places elsewhere, in order for you to grow into the place you need to learn the things that you need to learn to better prepare you for the next part of your journey. So sometimes the standing still is as important as the movement forward, and keeping focused on the future, not focusing on the things that have happened in your past, letting go of those, healing those. You know, sometimes what we have to do is the healing work, and that's the hardest part of the work. That's the thing that people don't want to do. But if you are stuck where you are at the moment and standing still, you need to look in and see what you need to heal within you first of all. Okay, Rachel says that she's very confused and doesn't know what road to take. And it can be challenging if there are options ahead of us, if, you know, there are, you know, financial implications of us wanting to fill our life path, but also having the reality of living in this 3D world where you need money to pay bills, pay rent, and all of that kind of stuff. So there can be like a dichotomy almost. And so you need to work around that. You know, if there's something that you feel that you need to do, perhaps start doing that on the side as a hobby. Start investigating that, see if it resonates with you, see if your heart starts to light up, see if you feel happier, if you get sort of constant cosmic downloads, constant synchronicities from the universe telling you, yes, you're doing the right thing, this is the right path for you. Then keep pursuing that, and eventually you can start to drop one and expand the other. Do you think my Nan and Gramp would be guiding me from spirit? The healing is the nightmare. I absolutely 100% know that your Nan and Gramp will be guiding you from spirit. If they are in your thoughts, then they are drawing close to you. Often I have heard it described, and I use this explanation a lot, is that it's like picking up a phone. Okay, just because they're not physical, it doesn't mean that they're not around us. And again, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, the collective consciousness, that we are all connected, it's the separation that's an illusion. It's this physical reality that's the illusion. We are all connected through thought, through energy transference. Now, if your Nan and Gramps are in your thoughts and you're thinking about them, so you're looking at pictures of them, or they randomly pop into your mind, if they randomly pop into your mind, it's probably because they are drawing close and you're picking up their energy, okay? But if you want to draw them in and you want to ask them to come and give you support and upliftment and healing, then think about them, focus in on them, call them forward. And it's like picking up a phone. It's like, you know, Wi-Fi, the internet, pinging them a message. They're aware that you're thinking of them and they will draw close to you. It's instantaneous. And just think of them. You're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Now, again, the challenges and things in life we have to face, as I mentioned before, we signed up. We signed a contract, a soul contract. We came here with these challenges to face. We were born with these lessons to learn. So our spirit family, our ancestors, our angels, our spirit guides, they can't take those burdens away from us. But what they can do is they can help uplift us. They can help give us energy that we need to persevere. They can help give us the strength that we need to carry on, to work through these things. And often that request is important, because otherwise they're coming in and they're infringing on the things that we're here to learn. So you can ask them for support, but they can't take it away, unfortunately. You smell them, well, amazing. So that's an amazing signifier that they're around you. So don't doubt that, don't question that. That's them letting you know that they're there, so they will be there. And sometimes it's hard to know where to start. A lot of us have got baggage, a lot of us have got wounds and trauma and things from our past that can often lurk under the surface, grief or what have you. And it's hard, and it's going to keep revisiting a lot of these things, they do. But grief aside, with the other things, the other challenges, the wounds that we have to heal, sometimes it's hard to know where to start addressing them. So sit in meditation with the intention of calling forward your inspirers and guides or whoever, and ask, what is it that I need to heal? What do I need to release? What is holding me back at this moment in time? And again, it's all about revisiting. Like I said, we revisit things again and again and again till we get it, till we learn the lesson, do the thing that we need to do to release, change that limiting belief that is holding that certain thing within us. But it'll all come away layer after layer after layer. It's just intention to do that, okay? Tarot readings, oracle cards, they're a really great tool for your own use to help you with that as well. I'm a big believer that tarot cards and oracle cards, what have you, when used by yourself, for yourself, are one of the most powerful and important things that you can have in your toolkit for self-love, self-care, self-healing, and all of that kind of stuff. I think everyone should use them, obviously safely, because you are your own oracle. At the end of the day, we are all aspects of the divine. We are all connected to source. We all have that ability to tune in and get the wisdom from out there, from the higher planes, okay? So it's something that is open to all of us. The difference between me and you is that I have sat and I've spent years and years and years developing, honing in my practice, but that shouldn't put you off trying to start to use these things for yourself. Okay, it's scary trying to let go of the problem. Okay, so ask yourself, why is it scary? Journal on that. Why is it scary to let go of the problem? What is the problem? How is this problem benefiting me? And why am I scared to let go of it? What aspect of myself is threatened by releasing this? And you can really, by journaling on this, either on a note app, on your phone, on a computer, on a piece of paper, getting all your thoughts out around the subject. It's amazing how you can get clarity and insight around that subject, and it will really help. It's one of those things, as soon as the light is shone on it, as soon as the awareness is sent to the root of the problem, it withers and dies, and it releases its control over you. As simple as that. You just need to have the awareness. You need to learn the tarot cards. Well, I teach tarot. If you're not already in my Facebook group, come over and I can help you in there. If you do live locally, I once a month on a Tuesday morning, as I was discussing earlier, I do a tea and tarot, like coffee morning type workshop, where we all get together and I talk about tarot. We do some meditation, connecting with the cards. I give you tips on how to read them, and then we go through and we do readings for each other, and I help people see through the symbolism. I don't think learning a set group or set list of meanings for the cards is very helpful, because there's so many to learn. I think it puts people off the tarot. I think when you work intuitively, when you develop your if you like symbolic vocabulary, if you know about the chakras and the colours that are associated with them, then look in the cards, see what colours your eyes are drawn to, and right, well, that colour is associated with this chakra, which is associated with this, or have you got problems going on with this in your life at the moment, or do you need support or healing in this area? You know, like there's all sorts of things. Look at the faces of the people in the cards. What expression are they showing to the world? What energy is coming out of the card? You know, you don't necessarily know the set meaning for every single card to get great value from them, okay? So yeah, so it's not benefiting at all. My whole family is going to be affected by what path I choose. This is why I'm struggling. Yeah, yes. No, well, you know, our family are often our biggest teachers, and sometimes, you know, yeah, we can face a lot of challenges because of their opinions about us, but at the end of the day, if they love us, they will support our choices. If it's to do with the fact that other people are dependent on you and it's going to affect financially, then like I said, there's always a way. But you know, if you're born on this earth with a certain life path and that's the path that you're choosing, then, you know, your family will understand, or should understand, that, you know, your heart is pulling you one way and there is absolutely no other choice in the matter. But if you want to talk about this more in depth, I'll be more than happy. Just send me a direct message. You know, if you want to have a reading or anything done, we can discuss that as well. So yeah, just let me know, and come over to the Facebook group, and we can get you on the path of using oracle and tarot cards. There's a lot of people over there in the group do use them. I often, you know, share spreads and things that you can use that, you know, you don't necessarily need to work that intuitively, because the spreads are very specific in what each card means. So you're very welcome, Rachel. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So thank you everyone who was here. Are there any other questions that you have before I go? It's lovely sitting here and having a cup of coffee with you guys this morning. I think I'm going to enjoy these little chats. So I know there's a bit of a delay, so does anyone have any questions? I know, oh, Hazel, I've just seen that you're on, my darling. Thank you so much for joining. I was just about to say next, so not this coming Sunday, the following Sunday, anyone who's local, the 17th, I have a day of holistic and Ayurvedic treatments, if anyone would like to book in Cardiff. As I said, next Tuesday also, which I believe is the 12th, I'll be having my tea and tarot morning. That's all I've got booked in so far in the calendar, but there are going to be things locally that I'm going to be doing more of. I'm going to be doing an online retreat in the spring, which I'm really excited about, so watch this space to find out more details about that. Thank you so much. Yes, please, I'll PM you now. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. You have been a big help. Well, that's my pleasure. I am here to serve and to help others. You know, that's my mission, that's my purpose. And you know, I set that intention with the new moon that everything is going to come together, that people are going to be drawn to me, that I can help, and so far it's working. So, you know, we are at the moment in time where there are no retrogrades going on. We have just had the new moon. Sorry, my phone is doing crazy things. So what was I saying? We have just had the new moon. The energy is still a little bit potent, so the time really is now, before Mercury retrograde comes in. It's a really good time to setting your intentions and set your plans as to what you want to draw into life, what you want to cultivate, and what you want to leave behind. Because intention setting is really important. You know, you can achieve things by just bobbling along, but I think if you set goals, set intentions, and really visualize what it is that you want to achieve, then you are going to achieve everything that you set out to do. Whereas if you just kind of amble along and bob along a bit, you know, things are going to get tricky, things are going to get confused. You need to find clarity. Oh, Hazel, thank you. You were very, very kind, and I'm happy to share as always. If you found this video helpful and you think anyone else will too, please share it. That's why I've done this on my Facebook page as to opposed to in my group, because I really want to grow the audience of people that I'm helping. So if there is anyone that you think will benefit from these videos, please send them my way. I'm going to try and go live 11:11 every Thursday. So yeah, 11:11 British time, that is. Obviously I know I have got a lot of followers in the States. So what time is it with you, Holly Coles, at the moment? I'm see here having a morning coffee. It's probably a lot earlier in the morning with you. Maybe this is quite a nice time actually to catch you. But yeah, so yeah. When I was talking earlier about grounding, centering, protecting, meditation, I've got a link that I can post, that I will post shortly. It's to sign up to my mailing list, and when you sign up to my mailing list, this absolutely free guided meditation will be emailed straight to you to listen to. I think a few of you have got it already. I think Hazel, I sent it to you as one of my guinea pigs when I recorded it. Jackie, I don't know if I sent it to you, maybe I have. Oh gosh, it's very early with you, Holly. Goodness me. You are getting very productive. Getting up early. Good on you, girl. Oh, I wish I could get up early. The group's name, Rachel, is Dawn of the New Age. If you go to my Facebook page, you should be able to find a link to it somewhere at the top. But like you said, if you're gonna DM me, I can just send you the link, or I can add you somehow, so that's fine, I'll do that. So yeah, great, thank you everyone for joining me. This has been lovely. I've really loved it. And mindfulness, yes, so thank you so much everyone. Love, light, and so many blessings from me, and I really hope that I catch up with you all soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye for now. Mwah.